Right, let's start this fucking video, I guess. So, I'm gonna have to do the first one, and if you've got the same as me, then just chime in. I've wrote down what is Tarkov and why do we play it. Who wants to go first?
That's a good fucking
What would you say Tarkov
subject.
is? Explaining it to someone that's never played it ever.
Kicking the balls.
Yeah, hell on, hell on your computer, but it's like
a lot of things.
cigarettes. It's like cigarettes. It gives you lung cancer, but you can't stop.
Okay. Well, I've wrote down something very short and sweet. I wrote down hardcore shooter with survival elements, with realism as humanly possible, or humanly playable. So I listened to a podcast in my van like a couple of days ago, and Nikita was talking about like he can make the game as realistic as possible, without stopping. But there would be a point where, like halfway through a wipe, where all the ammo is being used is like the best of the best. No helmet would stop it. It would go for an Alton.
That's why I don't even bother wearing them.
Yeah, but an Alton and what's the level 5? I don't know. Now I don't wear them often enough. Like the ones that have the neck brace and everything else.
The Bastion.
Yeah.
No, the Bastion. And the slick slap plates
one
and
as
shit.
Well. Yeah, it's a bigger one. It's like the
Ice. It's
like the Riot helmet, but it's class 5. I know which one he's talking about.
Yeah, you can like, for whatever reason, you can put on like a matte coloured like piece of sheet as well. Like it's just like, all right. I guess you don't look like an 8-ball running around. But he said that they've had to alter the Alton, the slap plates that go on top of the TC 2001s and Bastion.
Yeah.
Like even the slap plates wouldn't stop bullets of the calibers that are being used in endgame. So they've had to make it sort of so you can. There's a justification for the item, basically.
Have they buffed them? Have they?
No, they've made them so they don't. So they stop around. Like there is a strong potential of it stopping around, when in real life it would just be like, see you later, bye.
Yeah, that's probably why Alton's well, if you want a full Alton, it's like what, 300k?
Yeah, I can't remember what quest. Can't remember what quest I just did, but you got 2 Altons from it.
Yeah.
And sold them both for like collectively for like 400k.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've gone a little bit too much. So what is Tarkov? What would you describe Tarkov as if you was to be genuine?
I would describe it as semi-open world, with community interaction, sim shooter.
Sim, yeah. That's basically nailed it on the head. I mean, for anyone listening, it's like, imagine Call of Duty, but
DayZ mixed in.
But
without zombies.
Yeah, without zombies.
Just fucking scavs.
The reason I play it though is like for the realism aspect mainly. Like I've never had to just press R to reload a gun and it just deducts one figure from here and adds it to this one.
Yeah.
Like you have to manage your gear.
I've never got the adrenaline rush from any game that I can remember than what I do from than I do from playing Tarkov.
Yeah, I can completely agree with you.
And the feeling of winning as well is just so big, and you can get it multiple times a raid.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Like I don't know how many times I've played a game where I'm physically sat there shaking. Like,
oh yeah.
It's just like
every time I'm looting somebody.
So why do you think that happens?
It's just the adrenaline. I don't know. It's maybe the immersion of the game, the graphics, the risk.
I think it's more the fact that you can lose everything you brought into that raid is
Yeah.
what makes it like that.
It's the risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't already know, you have 2 characters, one of which resets every 20 minutes. When you start, you can upgrade it in your hideout and it will reset every 11 minutes. It's called a scav. They spawn with bare bones gear, sometimes even without a weapon. But whatever you can get out of that, you can be carried over to your inventory. You can drag that into your main character, which is known as a PMC. But with a PMC, if you die, you lose everything unless you successfully insure it and no one extracts with your items. So if you've got some good stuff and you're mediocre at the game, it's not advised that you go balls to the wall. You're like, I've got a brand new this, that, or the other, and then you lose it instantly. It's just like, I had that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I learned very quickly, if you're not gonna use it, sell it, and then make use that money what you got for it.
Yeah.
To make the things that you would run.
Yeah.
It took me a while to learn that. Really, I had so much gear fear when I first started playing this game.
Gear fear. How would you describe gear fear, Si? That's a terminology that's been created by the Tarkov community, which isn't actually a real thing in real life. I mean, it's been developed because of people's inconsistencies and inability to be confident with their stuff. That's how I would.
Rats.
So
that's what we call them.
Yeah. They're rats. We can go into the types of players soon, but what would you do if you was to describe gear fear? Make someone feel the emotion of gear fear.
It's like, say, if you ever bred your dog and you have these little puppies. It's like you don't ever want to get rid of them, but you know you have to. Okay. That's what I would say gear fear is for me anyway. Well, I'm an animal person.
So for a pet lover, that would make sense.
For a pet lover, that would make sense.
I mean, when you're looking at your stash and you're looking at your ruble count and you don't have much and you've got like
you've got level 5
top of the range armor or a weapon that's had hundreds of thousands of rubles spent on it.
Yeah,
you leave it in your stash because you don't want to take it into a raid and lose it, but you don't want to sell it because it's a good gun.
It's a good gun or a good armor, yeah.
So it just ends up staying in your stash forever.
Yeah, and your stash just becomes a massive display cabinet.
Which is where my museum comes from.
Here lies the gun of this guy.
You want to have it, but you don't want to lose it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also jotted down it's unlike any looter shooter ever, but I think we've covered that. And the balance of risk and reward as well. So as you get better in the game, if you're able to kill these, if you're able to kill one of these, what we're going to go into soon is known as like Uber Chads that have like the best of the best from the top of their head to their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get their stuff out and you've come in with minimal stuff. You still risk your stuff, but the reward is like, I now have this amazing costume now, this outfit I can wear. But then if you was to bring that in again, you're not going to get much more of a reward unless you're able to kill someone of the same caliber you killed before.
Yeah.
So
that's a good topic actually. The higher level gear you bring in, the less reward you have, and is a higher risk.
Yeah.
Which I guess for not newer players, but someone who's been playing maybe 2 months, I would advise to run mediocre gear, so not terrible gear.
Yeah.
So there's 6 levels to armor. Level 1 obviously ain't stopping nothing. Level 2 might stop a PS ammo out of an AK.
I would describe level 1 armor as a wet bag.
Yeah, it's basically a black bag over you and you're running around.
Waste of bloody money. It's just a t-shirt.
Yeah. Level 3, you might be able to stop a couple rounds from a scav. You're definitely not stopping a PMC from
level 3 is
maybe
perfectly,
at the beginning of a wipe.
Sorry to interrupt. Level 3 is like perfect for the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, carry on. I don't want you to lose your thought.
Level 4, you can run any time of the wipe.
Yeah.
Obviously, people like some level 4s are good, like the TV-110 or the Trooper. Now, say I can't remember what the armor is. I will tell you now.
Yeah, but why level 4 is so good is that
Yeah,
it will stop. No, I was just going to chime in whilst you were looking for the gear.
Yeah, go.
So for level 4 gear, it will stop almost any bullet one time. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you come across other non-player scavs, so AI scavs, generally their ammo is not so good, regardless of whether they hit you on the arm, leg, chest, or stomach. Wow, my phone's like, wow. Silence that fucker. It's like, yeah, doesn't matter where they hit you. If they hit you in the chest, you're not going to die for like maybe
From one shot, yeah.
3 shots. Maybe you die on the 4th. Like,
Yeah.
whereas level 3 won't protect you as much and stuff. You find the
Nah,
armor?
Like I said, it's going to stop scavs. That's it.
Yeah, it won't stop them a lot. Maybe the first 2-3 fights you get into with a scav, but after that, you might as well chuck it on the
Yeah.
floor and run around with no armor.
Yeah.
Find the
And then
armor.
obviously there's it's the 6B13. So that's really good.
Oh, is that the one that
for
protects like
when
half
you-
the neck and some of the stomach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good for if you're only wanting to fight scavs. Not so good for PMCs. And
They're
that's
heavy as well, aren't
why 13 kg I think.
That's the case, then that's pretty heavy.
Um
Trouble is now, if I launch Tarkov like
no, sorry,
to the front of my screen, it's gonna.
10.5 kg.
It's still a lot.
But even then, that's still a lot for a level 4 what ain't really gonna be protecting you from
And it
a
repairs
PMC
badly.
for a full fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so it ties into like also why I play the game. Like the realism aspect is you can repair stuff that's broken, even your gun, which is going to be even worse down the line because the guns are going to jam and overheat and all that kind of good stuff. Well, I say good stuff. That's like quote unquote good stuff.
Leave that for later.
Yeah.
All right, I
But
guess
yeah,
I guess I
so-
figured out someone's topics. But yeah, there's so much. Sorry, just I don't know. You go for it. I've lost what I was saying.
And that's obviously level 5 is better than level 4.
Yeah.
I've used the same level 5 armor for 8 raids in a row. They are pretty good. And then level 6 is say like the slick.
Yeah.
Repairs amazingly, and even someone with maybe M62 would take 4 shots to kill you.
So
Right.
M62 is a round known as 7.62 by 5.1. 5.1.
Yeah.
And it fires out of guns like DT,
No,
MDR.
sorry, M62 is 308 caliber.
Yeah, which it's the caliber, but the size of the round. Yeah, I think you'll get mistaken. Like, yes, it's 308, but that's the caliber. But the size of the round is 7.62 by 5.1. That works,
Yeah,
or have I just or have I just made that up?
No, you're right.
No, yeah, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that's one of the best ammos in the game.
Of which there's a plethora of ammo.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Like less than 9mm, and then big old sniper rounds. They haven't added the 50 BMG rounds yet because that would literally just destroy you. I don't know whether they're bringing a gun that has that kind of caliber in it. I don't even know whether it's in the pipeline or what. But if we ever see a 50 BMG, you'd know that's going to take ages to reload and it's going to kill you straight away.
Yeah.
I want an assessment. I actually had when you're on about what is Tarkov and why we play it. I've got a friend who can't play it. It's just too much for him. When I bought this game, I bought 2 copies, one for me and one for him, so we could play together. And he just couldn't hack it. It was just too much. Like the adrenaline, he'd be crapping himself whenever he was hearing shots in the distance. If there was anyone near us, he'd just lock up and
You're gonna shout this guy's name out. Are you gonna put him under the bus? Oh well, I'm gonna call him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Scared Jeff. What's his name? Yeah, his name's Scared Jeff now.
Yeah, he just couldn't do it. He's like, I can't. I'm really sorry, I just can't do it.
So what's the most he's ever like done? Where did he get?
Yeah, so
he did a couple of quests. I think he did a couple of quests, and that was it, and a few raids. But like, we went into dorms. Me and a couple of other friends that I used to play with went into dorms, and he ended up just sitting in a room, killed one of us anyway. Shot one of us in the back and killed us, and we got wiped by like two sweaty guys with M4s.
Oh.
Yeah.
M4s.
And he was like, I can't play it anymore. Just can't play it anymore.
Is there anything in particular, Si, that you play this game because of?
Yeah, some people's like get like that with this game though. Like you can play for a whole year, and then it'd just be too much for you. Like the stress. It's not really stress.
Yeah, I love the way you say that.
Yeah, at the start of this week, didn't you?
Yeah, couldn't be arsed with it.
It's just so hard.
But I mean,
this is honestly, this is unrelenting.
It's hard to get into the game, but once you are, you're hooked.
You're hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have. Well, I would say if you had like maybe one good raid, you would understand why people. Yeah,
going back to what I was saying about the armor.
Yeah.
So obviously a level 6 slick in this case can save you from 4 or 5 shots from the best ammo in the game. So when you're running that armor, the risk is so much higher for you because it's hard to find people running slicks. So you're basically giving away half a mil's worth of armor to receive maybe that in a full kit.
It's more than that now. It's like 700k for a slick.
Ah, there we go. Almost a mil for literally 400,
so to put that into perspective,
maybe 400 to 600, maybe.
If I was to run that kit every raid, if I was to run a slick only every raid, I would have probably...
The game really makes you think about what you want to play as. So, for instance, like Mike said a minute ago, there's Chads and then there's Rats. If you want to play as a Chad, you have to be able to play as it. Which is what I've seen plenty of streamers say, and I agree with them. If you have to find a certain way you can play and make money while sustaining like gear and not dying, say 3 times in a row, you win one. 3 times in a row, you win one. You have to.
You've got to try and make more than what you're losing.
Yeah. So if you die in a raid and say your kit costs 800k, you in the next raid or the next 2 raids, you want to make at least $1 mil back or more. Like, because if you're not, then it's not worth running the kits that you're taking in.
We've only spoken about killing people. There's loot in the game. It's highly sought after. You don't have to get into a fight.
I was going to say, that is my main playstyle for the first month, maybe, of playing the game. Aside from doing quests, I am avoiding any kind of firefight. If I have to get into a firefight, then fine. But
on your terms.
Yeah, on my terms. But if I'm hearing shots in dorms, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah,
you know, I'm just sticking to the outskirts, sticking to the sort of stash routes, really, and that's where I make most of my money. I'll go into dorms if it's quiet,
definitely,
and hit the marked room if I can, or the weapon boxes. But I'm looking for quest items and just things to sell on the flea market.
Yeah.
So there's one thing.
Once you do reach level 10 and unlock the flea market, all of that stuff, what you've accumulated in your stash, you can sell. What was it? At the start of this wipe, I collected all the things that I knew people would be buying from the flea market. So say light bulbs,
yeah.
motors, power cords, like all that stuff. Saved it up, made sure I had mine for my hideout, but saved up all of the others that I didn't need. Sold it on the flea market, and I think I made about 6 to 8 mil within literally just reaching level 10, unlocking the flea
Because
market.
all those items that you've just mentioned were
And
things that everyone
for
needed
any
straight
new
away.
player, I
Yeah,
would
exactly.
suggest to
Exactly,
do
mate.
that.
So, I want to just quickly go back to the realism aspect, which is also, like I mentioned, is like what I play the game for. It's the things like, you need to know how many rounds you've got in your magazine. You need to
Yeah.
know what ammo goes in those magazines. And there is one gun, the Vepper, where you can load 7.62 by 3.9 or the 3.66 or 3.36, whatever it is.
3.66, yeah.
And if you have two of those magazines and you're not familiar with what gun you've got, you can put the magazine in and it won't fire.
Yep.
That's the only gun that does that at the moment, which is strange. Like, I don't know why it's strange, but it just is.
It's because the mags fit an
Yeah, the mags fit
7.62
both ammo.
and a 3.66, so it's hard to know.
Yeah. As well, it's stupid, like little things. Like, for me, when I like really sat back and thought about it, and this is going to sound weird, like, but this is how my brain works. In order to put stuff like from the ground into like a case, you have to pick it up first, and then you have to then put it in your case. So,
Yeah.
like a key, for example, you find a key on the floor. When you press your interact button to pick it up, it won't go into your case where the rest of your keys are. You physically have to move it. It's like you go into a shop and you want to buy something or something. Someone gives you the change. They'll put the change on this thing. You'll pick the change up and put it into your wallet. It's like goes into so much detail.
I think they fixed that, I did that today, Mike, with the beret. When I found the black beret, I couldn't wear it, but I put it in my pocket, and then I examined it.
Oh, that'll be why, because you haven't examined it. It won't go straight onto your person.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were meaning you couldn't pick it up.
No. I'm explaining the fact that the game will go into so much detail in terms of item management, where you have to, when you press your interact button, it doesn't go to where you want it. You have to put it where you want it.
Yeah.
There is so much. So if you had to, like, each of you now, if you had to pick one thing that the game has spent a lot of detail on that you would also do in real life, what would you pick? So for me, that was like the moment where I thought someone's actually thought about this.
For me, I think it's the healing.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Yeah, they have really thought about healing in this game.
Especially in the last update.
Yeah, in the last update, made it a whole new experience. So
it changes playstyles.
For anyone what don't know, they introduced a heavy bleed with this last patch, 12.8. So before you only had bleeds, which now is classed as a light bleed. It would only take off
30, I think it was.
I think it was 30 health points each minute. The heavy bleed does 85 health each minute.
Oh, I was referring to the usage from your medkits themselves, so I could be wrong. Well,
it was quite low anyway. The light bleeds.
Just don't quote us.
Now,
I mean, we're just putting figures out there to make a point.
Yeah. So now with the heavy bleed, where it takes 85 health off you every minute, you can use your Salewa or your Grizzly, but it takes off, I think it's 90 points from your Salewa. Now, if you get into a firefight and say they've hurt each arm, each leg, and your stomach by half points, that's basically your Slayer gone, which is now making you think more into these fights that you're going into. Have I got enough heals on me at the moment to engage this fight, to have to heal up? And if I haven't, am I gonna die from a heavy bleed, a light bleed?
Yeah, and that's a very good one.
Take the hemostat.
Yeah,
It's a
unless
good
you
job
take
they're cheap as well.
yeah, unless you take in the new healing items, which are the hemostats and the
Tourniquet.
the tourniquet.
So what about you, Ant? What's the thing that really made you think this game's been thought about?
I mean, I was gonna say the healing as well, but
just because you can't have the same.
yeah, I guess the crafting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The crafting in the hideout.
Yeah.
Just with the amount of things the amount of stuff that you can do in there. I mean, apart from being a money sink at the beginning until you're like level 40 or something, but until then, you can actually you can use it to help yourself progress through the game. You know, you can create you can craft quest items,
Yeah.
and you can craft anything that you need to make money and meds as well, and save yourself some money.
Mm.
The final point for this topic, and I wrote this sort of like not to stir up shit, but to make a point. It's like when I first started playing this game back in November, so a year ago, almost to the day, so anniversary me. Everyone was really helpful. All the other people you played with were really helpful. Community was awesome, and then all of a sudden, the game found huge popularity because of the Twitch drops and stuff. It brought in a load of arrogant assholes who knew better or know better than other one. I said I don't want to stir shit, but I've just said some shit stirring stuff, which is fine. I mean, I think it's completely true. Does anyone else have any input on community at the moment?
I think it brought maybe a lot of the I don't know if I should say this, a lot of the kind of arrogant COD community.
COD community.
Yes.
Yeah. People just exploring from games that they haven't really ever.
Yeah.
So from coming well, I went from COD to DayZ to EFT.
That was a very quick. That was a very fast but quick upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah. I know how toxic the COD community can be.
Yeah.
Like, I've been called the N-word. I've been called a whole lot of names from people playing COD.
People threatening to kill people and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I killed someone on Call of Duty 4 and he told me he was going to cut me like a pizza, which made me laugh. And I was just like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I've been told to kill myself so many times, and that was only because I took some guy's care package.
Yeah. So I understand.
Was that warranted? Maybe.
I don't know.
Of course it was.
So I understand that the COD community is very toxic, and I don't get me wrong. There is a part of the community what are nice people, and
you're not just saying this because you want to. There's video evidence of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies where people are just going ham with their microphones.
Yeah. No, I was in those Modern Warfare 2 lobbies getting shouted at by some fully grown man while I'm 10 years old. I been sat there in an Xbox lobby while people's been shouting the N-word or go kill yourself or your mum's a hoe or whatever the hell they were saying back then.
Yeah. Whatever they wanted to say to try and stir a response.
To try and it hasn't changed every year. Every single year, toxicity is in the community when it comes to COD.
What about the Tarkov one then?
I've only had 2 or 3 people message, like after I've killed them, message me saying, "Oh, you piece of shit! Like, you was lagging all over the place," or whatever they were saying.
Yeah, stuff that's completely out of your control.
Yeah, it's literally happened 3 times, and I've been playing since the beginning of January, so almost a year as well.
I mean, I had someone I was going to say, I had someone recently message me when I killed them at at the extract,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I know what I am. I don't need you to tell me.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
3 people in a year over every single game when I was playing COD on my Xbox One.
Now, could you
Right.
argue the fact that, you know, we don't have lobbies where everyone can speak? This is like a huge factor as to why there isn't so much of it.
No.
Because
not at all,
I'm
because
I'm thinking
can,
like
you
if you
can
was
add people.
if you was to go on Twitter and go back sort of like, let's say 2 years to EFT's Twitter account and have a look at some of their posts and then go through and have a look at some of their responses. And then you go back to one that's sort of like 6 months ago when everyone decided to buy the game.
Yeah.
It was literally like night and day differences. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Nikita even said himself that he was like, he had to, when he was on Reddit looking for feedback for his game that he loves and cherishes, people were saying stuff that's just completely irrelevant and not worth talking about whatsoever because of their frustrations and stuff. Like,
but that takes
it's
it
not worth
back
it.
to just pure immaturity.
Yeah.
That is literally what it is.
The thing is, it's to be expected in, well, when I say it, like, you would get people shouting at you in COD if you killed them. But in Tarkov, it's to be expected. You're gonna die. You're
Not sure which Call of Duty it was when they added the, you know, when you killed someone, there was like, you're able to listen to their voice channel for like 3 seconds or something.
I was going to say, I wonder what it's going to be like if they had VoIP in this.
I can't wait for VoIP.
Yeah. I was thinking
VoIP's
about
going to be amazing.
Today. We could maybe talk about that later, to be honest, as a later topic. Yeah. Maybe like what they want to do to the game.
So to wrap up my segment, I think the community one is just, you've got nothing good to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
If you want to say something negative, word it politely with reasoning, and then things may change.
Just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. Is just don't be an asshole. Just say, look, mate, like, why did you have to sit in a bush for ages to kill me? Not, oh, you fucking extract camper, you fucking piece of shit. Blah,
I sat
blah,
in
blah.
a bush because I needed to go for a shit in real life because I've been here for 30 minutes.
Well, I was just quickly, I know we're trying to wrap this segment up, but you can see it on the Facebook page or on the Twitter when BSG brings out an update, and the amount of people that are just saying, fix this.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
just the word fix and then the problem.
Yeah.
Fix this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand people's frustrations, and to be honest, I've felt it too when you think about the state of the game when it's been out for 4 years?
I think it's 5.
See,
just counting.
4, 5.
There's a difference though. Sorry, Ant, to butt in. You want to see this game grow and be what it can be. The people posting on the Facebook group are literally just saying, "Oh, fix this, otherwise your game's a piece of shit. I'm not gonna ever play it again." Where you stick by it and you actually want it to want to see it progress and become what Nikita and the devs want it to be.
Well, I don't know. From what I've heard.
That was a good segment. Who wants to go next? Before we carry on, I can edit this bit out. Do you want to like get drinks and stuff, or do you want to just carry on?
No, I can carry on.
I've got Dr. Pepper next to me.
All right, good.
My do you want to go or me?
Well, I mean, I've got
do a digital rock paper scissors.
Topics.
No, one just
light. What?
Just do one topic at a time. Pick one and just go with it. Run with it.
Well, I was going to say strats and playstyles.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to put my hat back, which I already have.
All right. So we're going. We're going into the chats and chads and rats.
Chads and rats.
Well, is that a play style or is that just a category? Or or is that like a thing? Is that a thing you point at and go, "Oi, you're a rat"?
No, it is play styles. I would class it as anyway.
So what if you wanted to run around the edge of the map and also search stuff and also don't care about PvP? Are you then?
That would be a rat.
Like a Chad rat.
Hmm.
It's just a mixture of words. You're either a rat Chad rat, Chad, or rat.
Somewhere in the
Right.
middle.
So there's rats what sit in bushes and wait for you to run up on them so they can kill you without you knowing they're there.
It's like
There's
kicking
honey
the walking
badgers.
stick out of your granddad's like hands and saying, "You wait there a minute.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll give
pretty
you
much.
your stick back in 35 minutes, and then you can get."
There's a thing called honey badgers, which are rats what also like to run around PvP a little bit. And then there's chads, which literally would only go into a raid to server wipe. And if they don't server wipe, they get frustrated with
Yeah.
themselves.
They failed and they shout at Nikita.
Yeah.
This is your topic, Ant. So what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just like the thing about Tarkov is you can play it however you want to. You don't have to play it a certain way, and you can be successful at
Oh, yeah.
playing different ways.
You're not trying to please anyone but yourself.
Exactly, and you
Yeah.
don't even. It's not like you could. You don't even have to stick to that one play style. I mean, yes, it might work for you and make you money and get you through your quests and stuff. I mean, I've been on Shoreline, and I've been in there right up until the last minute because I spent half the time in a bloody bathroom in the resort getting a
Yeah.
quest item for Jaeger and stuff. And
Yeah.
I've just gone in, found my quest item, heard shots, gone into the toilet, gone and made a cuppa, gone and watched a bit of telly, come back and extracted. Because there's no way I could be asked doing that again. But then,
Yeah.
For those that
You
don't
know,
know, quest items. If you pick up a quest item, it's I don't know whether your class is walking into a room quest item. Guess not. But if you pick up a quest item, you need to leave with it in order for it
yeah,
to
you
be
have
successful.
to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
survive with it.
Yeah.
You can't just put it in like an imaginary helicopter and say, "Go back to my base, go."
Quick, get me out of here.
Like, have you ever played The Division?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're in the DZ or whatever it is, fucking, and then you just give your stuff to helicopter, and then like you're like, hey, good, brain,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Can't do that on Tarkov. There is no helicopters yet.
No,
No.
there isn't.
No.
But
There is. They just don't do anything.
or you can just rat around. You can stick to the outskirts and just avoid PvP. You can hit all the stash items, all the stash locations, and make your money that way and extract. Or you can just chase the PvP. You can chase the fight.
Yeah.
There's just ways like you're more effective at each of being a rat or a Chad when you understand the map.
Yeah.
You can be an effective rat or an effective Chad. Like, for example, yesterday I played 2 games with Gandhi, who I want to try and get on as a guest. I reckon it'd be fun. But played 2 games after you guys decided to just raid yesterday and leave. I'm gonna You're like, I died of going by, and it wasn't it. Just Discord shuts down.
I had to leave.
And by the way, just to clear it up on the air here, I managed to get your gun secure site and its body. I didn't know where it was.
I got everything.
Yeah,
I got everything back.
I got everything back. Thank you for that.
Yeah. But I sat there waiting.
Insured things.
You can carry on with that segment in a second. I literally waited. I don't know. There was a guy that you killed on one of the sniper scab spawns that you can lead up to the main mountain or the main hill.
Yeah, I killed one. Yeah,
it was on the path, and I was just there like, I got you, motherfucker, I got you. I was like, oh, you're dead. All right, maybe I should be looking at you. And then I heard noises like behind me, and I was like, shh. And then like, I was like, I know, bollocks this. And I ran up the hill, ran across to the new gas, ran back down the hill, then ran straight to the stash at the behind the bin, and then across back to spawn. I was like, where the hell is this guy? So I come walking across the road back to where I was hiding before, and he appears at the wall where I think he killed you, and I think I saw some bodies there. I don't know whether they were yours.
It was
And-
mine
and it was hilarious.
candies.
I had ADS. I'm guessing he did too, and I was just shot. 30 bullets, probably about 12 hit the wall, 12 hit the grass, and like the other like few hit him in the like arms, legs, and stuff. And it was a battle of the reload because he was shooting at me as well. And I was like, ooh! I pressed R to reload, and he just went prone. And I was just sort of just got my mouse, and I was just like, got him, because he had your gun on his back side.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that kill, you'd have got nothing back. Nothing.
But like that's what I'm saying. You can play it any way you like, and you can change it mid raid. You can change your play style mid raid.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah. You can go on third party something. If the opportunity's there.
Yeah.
But what I've been enjoying recently is just camping and people. Yep, extract camping. I don't mind. And the thing is, people might not like it, but I've been doing it with Sai, and it is so much fun. And it's not just the extract camping; it's just knowing knowing the map layout, knowing the spawns, and just finding somewhere of opportunity to be. So when we spawn in, like on customs, you can if you can get
big red spawn
elevation, you can catch people leaving.
For anyone that thinks that's just a bad way of playing the game, like even the game promotes it through quests.
Yeah,
like shooter born in heaven. You have to wait in a. It is smart.
The thing I want to say is people look at extract campers as they go in with a Mosin, with a PU scope, LPS, and if you kill them, you get nothing out of it. Me and I go in with level 5 armor.
Yeah.
I run a meta HK with M995. If you kill me, you're getting out with at least a mil's worth of gear.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say. I mean, there's an example. That video that I posted in the Discord with the ADA, and I wipe a 3-man in the first 2 minutes of spawning in, and that's just from knowing
where
spots,
to be and where people are gonna move.
Yeah, exactly, and and waiting for them to come to me, giving myself the advantage.
Yeah.
There's a streamer that I want to shout out because he came for me out of nowhere. And he's given so much insight to things that I didn't necessarily know that I do know now. On Jesse Kazam. You heard Jesse?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He does these. He's got multiple series on his channel, but one of them that I like watching the most is something from Beyond the Grave. Oh, I make it sound like I don't understand him now. Something from Beyond the Grave, where he just basically analyzes his last death.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
And he also does another one about maps in the maps in general. I believe, hopefully, he has. I could be wrong. He's gone through all the maps so far. Tells you the spawns and the high traffic areas by using Map Genie, the website Map Genie, and everything that he's said on there. You can pair that with the camping play style, and you can have so much success. But then again, if you don't have the shot, and you take the shot too early, you take the shot too late, there's a good chance you're dead. So you need to have your shot as well. That's what I would say.
You need trigger discipline, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, it's one thing that I'm like, shoot now.
I see someone. Shoot.
I see someone. You two will be like, just hold on, and I've already fired like 10 bullets. Sorry, I did a thing. And it's gone quiet. It's dead.
Yeah, he's extract camping. He's waiting.
He's waiting for his opportunity. He's waiting there. Waiting. One of us is going to just come out of nowhere. One of us is going to be like...
Without a doubt, game knowledge is the ultimate playstyle.
Yes.
So...
Game knowledge is just OP.
Yeah, so we've been playing for almost a year. If we didn't have no game knowledge, map knowledge, I mean, then none of it would matter. Like, this whole year would be literally wasted because we wouldn't know where people spawn. We wouldn't know the high traffic places. We wouldn't know how to go around the map without being shot in a 360-degree angle.
I would go as
So-
far to say as like, unless you've got someone with you, unless your first week playing the game, couldn't successfully extract camp, couldn't successfully
No.
Chad, couldn't successfully
No.
rat. Like, they're all their own thing.
Yeah, you need to have a certain set of skills for each one.
Yeah,
So for
particular
Chad,
set of
you
skills.
you need to have the aim at close quarter combat. You need to be able to stay composed under pressure. Where with a rat, you need to have trigger discipline and you need to know where people are going to be coming from.
Yeah.
Roughly what time during the raid they'll be coming from that direction. Like,
explain a bit about timing. Why would you need to worry about it? I know, Ant knows, but viewers
so
won't.
if it say
Are you
there's 10
talking
minutes
about
of
throughout the raid?
Yeah, so
yeah, basically.
Yeah,
So
when your
time
tactics,
management in raid.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So the way I would say it is, if there's 10 minutes left of the raid, there's no point extract camping because hardly no one but scav players are gonna be running to extract. Now, if you spawned in and there's for customs, there's 45-minute timer. Say you spawn in at the 45 minutes, so it starts counting down. That would be an opportune time to get into a spot to extract camp because you know it's within maybe 10, maybe 15, possibly 20. People will start coming towards you, and
to put simply,
there,
is like
there will
people
be
just kill.
times. Yeah, there will be times where you'll be extract camping. Two teams, they could be solos, duos, trios, squads. Like, it doesn't matter. Two teams could interact, start fighting, and if you haven't got, say, close quarter combat skills, so the good aim or you crack under pressure,
Me.
if you try and third party
And that describes everyone in this room.
if you try and third party that, you're not gonna win because you can't handle that sort of situation. Now, which is why it comes into, if you are gonna extract camp, you need to wait. You need to be patient. Let them fight out. Whichever team wins, let them do whatever they got to do. If you can get a shot on them, take it. But if they're moving around, running around, looking about, wait. Just wait for one of them to stop, try and loot, and then you take the headshot. So
Thinking about it, that's just exactly what like a professional sniper would reckon. Like,
yeah,
would just shoot on sight because they give away their position and stuff. You're going to take a shot. You need to take a shot to kill someone.
yeah. You can't be just, oh, I see someone, let me try and take this shot. If I miss, it's alright. I can let me mag dump on this guy. Because then you're going to be stood there. You haven't got a mag in your gun what has ammo in it. They now know where you are. They can shoot you while you're trying to reload, running around like a headless chicken. And it's only going to end badly for you unless they can't shoot. If they can aim, then you might get lucky. But
to be fair, like if you're waiting, go on and carry on.
No, I was just going to say when to follow on from what Sai was saying about having the aim. I mean, I'm getting on. I say getting on, 33, but I'm definitely nowhere near as good at games as I used to be, and I'm not as sharp as I used to be for cert. That's for sure. I mean, I need glasses and stuff now. So it's it's kind of like my skill as a player forces my hand.
Yes, we all need glasses, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't need glasses. I'm 20 years of age.
Because you're a baby
my
still.
skill as a player forces my play style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of being a rat, trying to get as much advantage in my favor. So if I know, like you were saying, if I know people are in dorms, I'm not going to go running in. I'm going to wait outside, let them come to me.
Yeah.
Or try and snipe them from the hill behind, or try and get some sort of advantage and try and get the rat attack on them.
The rat attack.
It's only a rat attack if they don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
And that for me, that's the most fun in the game. That really is. Just taking someone out from across the map without them knowing, without them having a clue where you are.
Best bit about that as well is you can edit the clips that makes it look like you just arrived. And,
Yeah.
So that's like you start the game 45 minutes and then you edit it and all of a sudden it's 10 minutes remaining. You're like, maybe I can't get away with this now.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Chad, and I was something I'd mentioned or trying to think about that I lost my thought on was yesterday, whilst also in the same game that I mentioned about with Gandhi. We was in Shoreline. I can't remember which wing it is, and I'm never going to remember the fucking wing names and sides because I don't play the map enough. But I was in one of the wings whereby the door that the guy ran into was open, and there was another door that was shut. So we opened that door. The room's empty, but I didn't know there was a balcony leading to that, and he came through and shot Gandhi, killed Gandhi through the gap in there in the other room.
Yeah.
So in order to be an effective Chad, you need to be an effective person with map knowledge. And it's not just, I say map knowledge and it makes it sound like, okay, let me just understand the map. You don't understand the map. You understand the areas on the map until you've painted your picture of your entire map.
Just to add on to that, so for me, in Resort on Shoreline, if I hit wood, I can rough estimate where that wood is coming from.
Yeah, I can't.
So, but yeah,
I hear wood, I go,
so
this whole fucking building's made of wood. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, so that's another thing about game knowledge is knowing which rooms have wood floor, which part of the resort you need to jump over, say, barbed wire or jump over a table or something.
Yeah,
You know
I know there's only barbed wire on one of the, I think it's floor 2 of East, is it? Or one of the other? It's on the second floor where you have to hop over barbed wire in order to progress down the hallway. But if I was to say to you now, you're on customs, you're in dorms, you hear metal, where are they?
Easily on the side stairs.
Right.
Yeah, one of the two.
And it's like, right, you're in Shoreline, you hear wood, where are you?
Depending what floor you're in.
See, it's like, this is why Shoreline is like, it's an awesome map. Shoreline's massive.
I mean, I'm probably not even there. I'm probably not even at my keyboard at that point. I'm just hiding in the shower waiting for everyone to leave.
Yeah. All I can hear is ceramic. I'm in the only bathroom there is. Don't move. Yeah. So I think we've gone a lot into what the people do within play styles, which is nice to know.
All I was going to say was with the exfil camping thing, it's only a recent thing since certain videos came out on YouTube, and it's just I just enjoy it. That's all.
There's a guy who streams that has his.
Yeah, exfil camper, and that is all he does, 24/7, every raid.
But everyone shits on it. You know, you get the fucking negativity all the time. Oh, you camping this, that, and the other. It's like, you're salty because I killed you. If you ran to the extract and saw me and killed me, you wouldn't message me saying, oh, you camping this, that, and the other. You would get your stuff, leave, and forget about it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of videos, like Tweak done one maybe a few months ago on Shoreline, you know, the extract above tunnel where you can hide.
Yeah. Yeah.
He showed, like, it was like, if you die to an extract camper, then you're shit. Because there's ways of countering it. You should be checking this stuff. Yeah. It's like,
check
like
your
real
corners. Life. Look at everywhere before you run.
If I die to a suspected extract camper, I need to be sure that it's an extract camper. I haven't just been shot from anywhere in the head with one bullet.
No.
Yeah. And I mean, it's happened to me. I've had it done to me as well. It's not like I've just been doing it to other people and gotten away with it scot-free.
But you wouldn't also say that it's like can't beat them, join them though, can you? It's like you're actually invested in that play style because you find it fun.
Yeah.
But I guess we can't really call what we do extract camping because we're not sat right at the extract.
Yeah, but when you ADS, you're looking at an extract.
Yeah, we can be. Yeah.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So What is the
I
play
call
style?
it extract camping.
Right,
Yeah, no, it technically is. It
What-
technically is. But I guess there's levels to extract camping.
So, what would you say that the play style is for someone who is, got an advantageous position that's high up, out of the way, no one often checks it, but you're not,
That's just
you're
being
not,
that's just being smart.
but you're not extra camping.
Yeah, that's just being smart.
The thing the community needs to understand, and quickly, I believe, is if you are, if you want everyone just hold W and shift, you're mistaken. That's
Go
not.
play Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's what Call of Duty is for, because you get respawns and you keep whatever you get.
Press one
But
button
you
and
don't
you're
even get
back on the
nothing.
game running within 10 seconds.
Yeah, like EFT is, like I said earlier, a hardcore first-person shooter simulator. So people are going to be doing this. They are going to be doing everything in their power to keep their stuff what they brought in and leave with yours.
Yeah. Unless you're nice. I'm not very nice. I tend to kill people at level 1 and still take their stuff.
The only time
definitely.
I would drop stuff is if I see a low level and I knows I'll probably get 50k out of it. If I'm only getting 50k, I'm leaving it. But if I see a level, say 8, and he's running a level 5 armor with a decent gun, yeah, I'm taking it. That's what EFT is about. It's about killing people, taking their stuff, making your own profits.
Yeah, risk and reward.
Yeah.
Kind of like gambling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I pull the trigger now, am I going to get a successful kill here, or am I going to, or am I going to just fuck this right up? So, is there anything you want to say to wrap up that segment, or not done, or what?
I'm good.
Yeah. Check your corners.
Check fucking everything. Watch videos.
Yeah.
All you actually
Record
really
your
want to
gameplay.
watch, what you really want to watch is videos on high traffic areas and how to counter extract camping. And I think that's, I mean,
And record
everything.
your own gameplay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely record your own gameplay, because when you do
Shout
die,
out to Medal.
you can go back. Yeah, you can go back and watch it through, and you can figure out where you went wrong, what didn't you check, like what was you running with your head a little bit down so you couldn't see where he was shooting from, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you weren't looking the right way.
Yeah, you wasn't looking in a way where if you had that literally half a second, you could have seen him and maybe stayed alive.
Yeah.
So this game for me is learning from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And shoot before you get shot.
Yeah.
You want to be the person to instigate the battle and not the other way around.
Yes.
Unless you're overly qualified, called Landmark, and
yeah, Landmark. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god, that guy. If you don't know who Landmark is, just search him and watch like any video and realize why he has so much money.
And then just stop playing the game.
Yeah, then just be like, oh no, I'm never
going to be that good.
Yeah, even if he was that good, he'd still kill you. Right, so that segment's over and done with. Si, what's yours?
Mine, not to put a bummer on this nice chat we've had, but it's because I seen a Veritas video earlier about the stutters, the lag, and the ping.
Oh, his most recent network.
I haven't
seen that yet. Not gonna lie.
Video. And
I haven't seen that.
No. It just made me think of everything he was saying in it. It made me think of the game as it is, and will it progress to a point where we won't ever have stutters? Like, they ain't happening much now, but
no, the stutters for me happen when you're going in and out of inventory and stuff like that. It's
yeah.
Without that, it's
I was
quite
getting
normal.
them quite bad. I was getting them quite bad actually. You're talking 5 or 6 seconds stutters trying to get out my inventory.
and then you
Yeah.
spam left click, and all of a sudden the game speeds up, and you're like, brr.
Yep.
So the first thing I want to add to this segment is earlier today, literally about 3 hours ago, I went into a raid. I was alright, cool. I'm just gonna take it nice and slow. If I see anyone, I'll see what they're doing. If I can take the shot, I will. So I've literally just spawned in. I spawned at road passage between rocks. I hit the stash, go down the hill, and I see a guy in front of me, but my game stutters for about 5 seconds. I can't move, I can't shoot, I can't aim. I come out of the stutter, I fall over. If that ever happens to anyone, you just got to take it with a grain of salt.
And then
You
punch your
can't-
desk,
you-
punch your keyboard, punch your
Yeah.
mouse.
Punch your dog.
Yeah, just punch anyone. Just
Fuck off, dog.
just the closest human nearby. Just punch it. Right.
Yeah, just take it with a grain of salt and don't let it ruin the experience for you, because no game's perfect, and if it is, then
They're
I
lying.
want to know what game that is. Yeah, I want to know what game this is, because no game is perfect. So
There's people that call certain things perfect, and then if you get the right person, look at it, it's like, what about this? What about that? And it's like that. Someone's always but the word perfect doesn't exist.
no. So yeah, just take that sort of stuff happening to you with a grain of salt. Forget about that raid. Like, you didn't die because it was your fault. It was literally just a stutter. Load up, go back into a raid, and just try and make your money back, what you lost from it.
I mean, we've I think 2 of us at least have had it where you've just been walking around and you just start taking damage and you die.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh my god,
just get
yeah.
massive DC.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm behind this wall.
When-
Why am I getting killed? I didn't
So
realize this wall
going
could make
back
my leg bleed.
Going back to what we said about this massive popularity, like, happening with EFT, with the Twitch drops and all the streamers getting recognized on Twitch. When that first happened, I was in customs by Dead Scav, what spawned unknown key.
Get in the bush.
And I just started taking damage all over my body. So I led down in a bush. Literally no one was around me, and within 10 seconds of me trying to out heal it, I died. And that's just because a huge number of people had started loading onto the servers, which BSG, let's face it, is no Activision or Rockstar Games. You know what I mean? It's a small group of devs.
They are the developers and the publishers. They are the only popular game nowadays that doesn't have a publisher. They are their own publisher.
Yeah.
If you ever look at the game,
Literally,
what they've done themselves without any influence from Activision.
Yeah.
Because they influence fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's surprising. That's why Trump lost. Activision bought all the fucking votes for Biden. But anyway.
Yeah, so
you want Trump? You got to spend £10 a month and then buy all these microtransactions for Trump.
Yeah,
sorry,
but yeah, it's literally a group of people, probably 100 of them, if not less, working their asses off, especially through this lockdown and this whole pandemic, trying to make the game run as smoothly as they can.
The game caught popularity at the
wrong time.
It was a victim of its own success.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yes, it was. You know,
as you said, they're only small, and they really weren't expecting hundreds.
Wow, thousands of people.
Let's buy this game. This one looks fun.
I seen Shroud Player or Summit or Dr. Lupo. Because let's face it, that is who brought most of those people to EFT. It wasn't Pestilly, it wasn't Landmark, it wasn't Tweet, Jesse, Veritas, any of them. It was Dr. Lupo, Shroud, Summit, Dr. Disrespect. Like, the one with massive following before they started playing EFT is what brought them.
I think everyone you've said there has got items in the game as well.
Yeah. Apart from Dr. Disrespect.
The reason I think Pestilli is so successful, as well as like Jesse Veritas and everyone in the team slash Sigma, that's what they stream day in, day out. They're known for that game. Whereas, like for me, I heard of the game through a friend, and I happened to download the game just like a week or two after Wipe in November last year. And for me, I was like, what the hell am I getting myself into? So I searched myself what, on Twitch and started watching. And obviously, because Pestilli was Pestilli and like the content creation Tarkov god, the 2 video a day guy, and, I don't want to go through his whole resume, but he was the reason that I know so much.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about him because of Twitch drops. I knew about him because of a friend who invited me to sort of download the game and play it. Which is
See,
I mean, I was going to say I knew about Tarkov when it was being produced like 4 years ago. There was one of my mates that bought it, and I tried his brother's account, and it was just such a buggy mess that I just left it for another 2 years, 2 to 3 years until December, January.
Whereas
when
all
I
the
bought
guys
it.
we've just mentioned have played through all that.
Yeah.
They was there through thick and thin, which is
I
why.
was just catching the dev videos and stuff now and then.
Yeah. See, I found out about Escape from Tarkov. I can't remember what video I was watching, but there was a trailer for it on YouTube. And obviously I seen it, and I was like, what's this? Me being someone what literally probably put 5k hours into DayZ. Yeah, someone what probably put, yeah. We got a feature.
We're recording a discussion and you've just appeared. You're going to be in the video.
Yeah.
Sorry, you've just
someone
lost track
what
of thought.
put easily 5k hours into DayZ, seeing this hardcore FPS, like loot and shooter basically, and it drew me in, and then I was like, oh, I wonder who plays this game who I would know. So I typed in Escape from Tarkov, and the first person I seen, I want to say he's the less famous Twitch streamer for EFT, but I seen Kavos. Is it Kavos or
Kavos?
Not Kavos.
I'm ignorant to that. I'm sorry.
The Russian guy. I can't remember his name.
Eroctic.
That's him. Why do I think Kavos?
Eroctic. Yeah, I know Eroctic.
Yeah, I seen his videos, so I was like, alright, this looks pretty good. And then I found Pestilli, and then it was Tweak, and then Jesse, I think it was. So I was watching them for about 5 months because I could not make my mind up if I wanted to play it or buy it. So watching them for about 5 months, and then January came around, and I thought, do you know what? I'll buy it. I'll see how it's like what's going on. So I bought it, played it for about a week, and then I bought EOD version, which is I had to pay £140 for, but that's the game it is. Like even though it has its stutters, and unless you saw it out in the launcher, you can join a server where your ping is going up to 500 or whatever. It still drew me in that much to the point where I was like, I'm gonna buy the biggest package for this game. I'm gonna probably play this game for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I can see myself doing that as well. I don't think the last time I put this many hours into a game, it was Modern Warfare 4. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Siege. It was Rainbow Six Siege for me.
For me, it was Black Ops 3 Zombies. the amount of hours I put into zombies on that
I've
game.
got like 2,000 recorded on Steam.
I don't have my account anymore for the for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I remember my name was Niplet Twister 2 because Niplet Twister was taken apparently. And
Yeah, I play Black Ops on my Xbox. So.
I need to describe this actually. Like I was thinking, like nipple twister isn't funny, so I thought niplet is like the nipple of a piglet. So niplet twister. I don't know why. It just it wasn't banned or anything, but yeah, I don't know whether that count's still floating around. I guess not.
But yeah, like I know from seeing how it first was to how it is now. I know the stutters and the lag and the hyping and all that other
15-minute matching times.
Yeah, the 15-minute matching time.
Oh my god, yeah.
Can you remember that
Jesus
when the
Christ.
whole when the game
I'm sure
spiked
a
in popularity, that was
sketch artist could draw a whole map before it loaded. I don't know how or why I've compared it to that, but I can imagine someone next to me going, right, this is the area, blah, blah, blah. I've drawn the game before you're in it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like the desync and everything, I know that's going to be gone. It may take a couple years, it may take a couple months, but I know they will sort it out.
It needs optimizing. They
That-
need
yeah,
to
that's-
optimize the game. That's the only thing. EFT is not optimized by any stretch of the means.
No.
And there's a lot of work that still needs to go into this game before. I mean, even like powerful rigs are still going to stutter with it, you know.
Yeah,
You're
it
still
wasn't
gonna
until
get
the
you still get
3070s,
frame drops.
3070s and 3080s were the only ones that could hold it over the 120 hertz cap.
Yeah.
Like, so it's crazy. But I want to ask you guys a genuine question with one of you going at a time. Let's say Ant first. Just genuine, straight up answer. Let's say tomorrow there was a new game launched, regardless of what it was, and it was made by Battlestate Games. Would you buy it?
Yes.
Buy?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
But
and why?
I want to hang on. I just want to add to what you just said. But I would still play EFT without a doubt.
Yeah, well,
It,
that's the thing. Like, what if it was like Escape from Tarkov 2? Or I know that won't happen because I've listened to podcasts of him saying he wants to go away from the shooting game. He wants to make something completely different. But I would,
he
I would
wants
simply
to make a survival game.
I would simply buy the game based on my investment to the developers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. They've got a reputation to make and uphold. And the thing is, they are, as good as the game is, BSG are not your EA. They are not Ubisoft. They cannot afford to make a shit game.
Yeah.
You know,
they have to put 110% into the game.
Yeah.
Because like EA with fucking FIFA. Sorry for all you FIFA fans, I can't stand it. It is literally the same game every year. Same as COD with Activision. The only reason why I play CODs is for zombies, because I am a diehard zombies fan.
And because half of it's now free.
Yeah. Yay! They've learnt their lesson. But yeah, like the only reason why I play COD is because of zombies. Multiplayer, it is literally the exact same thing every year.
Come on, it is good for at least a month when you're understanding the maps. Maybe even less than a month, like 2 weeks. Like when the novelty wears off, it's just like, okay, done
like
now.
I was saying, like I was saying, back to Tarkov and BSG, they have a reputation to uphold. If they made a shit game, they'd go under.
Flop. Yeah. The fact they've literally said out loud, like, we are not doing microtransactions when the game launches. But when the game launches, with the additions that you can buy are just going to be
DLC, maps.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be the base version of the game, probably EOD, but without the free DLCs.
Yeah,
and then
it's
just good.
I wouldn't mind transactions in EFT only because
what transactions
of
I wouldn't mind
Cosmetics.
skins of guns and stuff. Yeah.
Skins, you know, I don't know.
But
Mate, you wouldn't even need to have those in the game. You would just earn the skins, wouldn't you?
no, this
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I for what we've got now.
If they brought out a ghillie suit, I would buy that.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
If they brought out a ghillie
Without
suit,
doubt.
Yeah,
I would.
but that would then be
definitely
like
buy it.
OP because it would be paid to win because you would look like a bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't advocate for this. No one needs to completely dislike this video now.
What I'm saying is, I but realistic cosmetics, not bloody hot rod flames or something on a gun, you know.
I now shoot thunder.
No, I get where you're coming from, but the only thing I would say to BSG, if they're probably not gonna listen to this, but if they ever did, make it in-game currency, not real life currency. That's the only
I'm lost to that statement.
So instead of spending real money, you would have to spend rubles, dollars, or euros.
Yeah, that would make so much. Well, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do now with
You
Ragman.
do anyway.
No, I mean like
Just add more to Ragman.
What you're saying, just
buy a ghillie suit.
add a
yeah,
lot
that would make
more.
sense.
Like,
you go, that motherfucker's
yeah.
got a ghillie suit because he's got so much fucking money.
Yeah,
I mean,
like the
I just want
ghillie
stuff
suit
like
costs
hair.
30 mil.
Like,
Stuff like hair and
Yeah,
yeah, but Russians don't have hair,
change.
and they're all born bald, and they stay bald. They just get uglier, and then they die. Sorry, Russians.
But yeah, like, so for what Ant was saying about a ghillie suit, make it 30 mil if you have to, so only the elite can buy it, but just have it there.
Yeah, if I spent that now, I'd have no money.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, just so it's there, so obviously
like
I'm not saying every
Fortnite.
new thing. Like, obviously, like you said, it was OP. Like, it will be OP because you can literally lay down on a bit of grass and people might not ever see you there. Yeah, and like, yeah, I'll be buying that right now.
But that's what I mean, and I don't know. That's an example. Just cosmetics, just not not hiding ammo or guns behind paywalls.
Yeah,
of real currency. Yeah,
don't do Warface where you have to buy a gun and then in like a day it's gone.
Yeah, sod that.
But yeah, like, make it in-game currency so then people can't be like, oh, you're cash cowing this. Like, no.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they did stuff like that. You know, if it made BSG more money, then
yeah, I want them to have. Yeah, I want them to have
the game
more
again.
money. But yeah, do a pest anyway. You just buy another standard edition.
I
and
need
you
4
do
accounts because I've got 4 YouTube channels and 4 editors and.
But yeah, like, that's what I would say for them, because I know people are gonna be, oh, I thought you never wanted to do it, and now you're becoming this, like, milking the cash cow. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Nah, I think people would like it. To be honest, I really do. I think the community would accept it as long as it's not pay. As long as there's no pay to win.
Imagine how much resources it would take out of their however many to make all this stuff. They'd have to outsource it, wouldn't they?
They would honestly make so much profit. If they hired more people to do that, they would make so much profit.
The game isn't fully launched, and people are spending
That is a lot of money, yeah.
So try and draw it back into.
Yeah, so we went on a massive tangent there.
Well, like stutters were once, obviously, very, very often, the point where you thought your computer had. They brought it so close to perfect.
And then it seems to be the updates break other things.
Yeah, and it's all these non-fans that are like, oh, we've got a new wipe, let's come back and have a look. Then an extra 100,000 people are playing it because, you know, oh, it's a new wipe, what have they changed? And everyone's sort of like running around like they're 100 kilos in game and they're actually like 10.
Yeah. To add to what you literally just said, that's where the hardcore fans and the casuals. Like that's where the line is. For us, I personally have literally spent this entire year. So I think I bought it January 7th. So from January 7th throughout this entire year, I have not missed pretty much one day of this game. Now there's people what's out there what spend 2, maybe 3 weeks in a wipe, but I'm bored of this game now. Let's go play something else.
Which is still fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But this
I'm
is
just
why
saying
you're
that's
changing games so often, because you're not getting accustomed to. Not that you should, but if you was to play the game like Side is described, you would have way more fun.
yeah, because you would literally be experiencing every little change, and you would see the good times where there was that what was it? I think it was like 2 months without any stutters, any lag, and then it went to kind of stuttery, like with a bit of lag, and then there was desync with the massive rise of popularity and getting killed from nobody, didn't even hear shots. Soundless grenades where a grenade just blows you up.
Yeah, I thought that was a thing. They haven't happened for so long.
Still happens now.
It kind of does, yeah. There is. I want to say twice in a week I experience a soundless grenade.
The last time I experienced that grenade was when we was in Ollie's back office room. I think it was Ollie's. So I could be no, it wasn't. It was Idea going into Gosham through the offices.
Yeah.
Where the manifest is, and then that guy we heard someone in Papillion.
Yeah.
Then he came running out. He threw a grenade in. I ran out and got him, and then I came back in and like nearly died. Ant was like, "The grenade ain't gone off yet. It hasn't gone bang yet." I'm like, "What? My body's red. I think it did." But there was no noise.
Yeah. So
that does tie into stutters. I'm not going to draw it in.
Yeah.
No,
it does.
It's all kind of the same thing.
Lag, desync, high ping, stutters.
I'm no expert, but if there was something wrong at that given time within that server that caused that grenade not to go bang.
Yeah. I mean, I killed Sai in DOMs with a 10-second grenade.
Yeah.
10-second grenade?
Yeah, I threw a grenade and it didn't go off, and Sai went running into the room and shot some guy. Had a fight with a guy, and then the grenade went off. But when I recorded it, we counted it, and it was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That was confirmed at the end screen, yeah.
Yeah. So Ant had thrown a nade. I waited about 2-3 seconds. Didn't hear no nades go off. Ran into the room. Killed the guy. Came back out of the room to like go into a different one to heal. And as I came out, it blew up at my feet and killed me. So using Medal, shout out Medal.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
And sponsor.
Yeah, I'd love it. That'd be great. I use them all the time.
Ant had clipped it, and he put up a stream, and we literally timed it on my phone. Well, I timed it on my phone. And yeah, the grenade, from the moment that nade left his hand to the moment I had died and it blew up, it took 10.4 seconds, I think it was. So
these are the frustrations about Tarkov. This is in Veritas' second video. I think he called it "Getting Tarkov."
Yeah.
I mean, there's dying to people, and then there's dying to the game. You can't.
There's dying legitimately and dying to bullshit.
Yeah.
And there's people that die to bullshit would literally just turn into the biggest keyboard warrior on planet Earth.
Oh, this fucking game is fucking shit.
Well, not even keyboard warrior. I mean, my next door neighbor can probably hear me just shout, "Ah!" just like, damn it! Like, just, you know what I mean?
The missus
unexplained phenomenon. There could be a TV show. You know how they're unexplained mysteries. There could be like unexplained Tarkov shit, and there would be like a whole like 10 seasons of Tarkov shit.
Yeah. Where did this guy get shot from? We'll never know.
Hey, I shot this guy. He was staring into the fucking sky, and he shot me in the head.
just forget about it and don't pay it any mind. Just laugh at it.
Literally, just take it with a grain of salt. load it, like put on a kit, load into a raid, and just play the game happily.
Yeah.
Just
record it and send it to EFT, WTF, and then
Yeah.
go into the next raid.
Rare and luckily had its first clip.
Yeah. So,
Thermal scum.
is there any more we want to add on to stutters, lag, desync, and ping?
Nah,
I'm sure in a future episode there will be stuff
There
that
will be a bit
relates
more,
to
yeah.
it, and then Si will be like, well, this goes back to episode 1 when I said the word stutters, and we're already on episode 100 by now, and it's like, yes, we're still remembering stuff, all the trauma's coming back from when I was a baby.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? We've been going for about an hour and a half.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Well,
started at about 7.
The recording time says an hour and 28 minutes, but we started probably after I start. Oh, mate, I don't know. I've said for everyone to have 2 topics each, but I mean, an hour and a half is.
I've gone through 1.
I said 2. No,
2?
Yeah, hills and stutters.
That's one.
I suppose a topic that we.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so I suppose a topic that we've kind of hinted at is where the game is going to go and where Nikita wants it to go.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, that's the only way the game is going. Where Nikita wants it.
Well, that's bloody obvious. But what I mean is, when some of the things he said about what he wants the game to be seems a bit, I don't know how to put this, as unreasonable as far as a game goes. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still a game. And some of the things that Nikita wants to bring in just seem unreasonable for the kind of game that this is. So, like,
name an
for
example.
instance, the karma system. Scavs, I understand for scavs that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, because the better the karma, the better stuff you spawn with, etc.
Exactly, yeah. But for, say, USEC on USEC and bear on bear violence, it's impossible to tell. It really is. I mean, unless they're like, unless you can see the claws underneath the armor and the vests that they're wearing, or they're shouting at you, then fine. But what's to say that if you let them live, that they're going to let you live?
Yeah. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't think of a way the karma systems for PMCs are going to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Right now, EFT is just shoot down, ask questions later. It's such a trigger happy.
But for scavs, I mean, how would you see the karma system working as a scav?
So,
because a player scav ain't going to give a shit. He's going to kill you.
Yeah, but one of the things that they alluded to was, say you're a scav with very bad karma.
You spawn in with terrible stuff.
Yeah, bad gear, no meds, a knackered weapon, and scavs might shoot you on sight. AI scavs would also attack you as well.
Just to add on to that, didn't they also say, so say you're looting a weapon crate, your loot could be worse as well.
Yeah, you're unlucky. But then again, how can that happen if loot is already predetermined?
Yeah, it's just
that's
like
true. That is true.
You can't just press interact and then all of a sudden the crate just has a fucking seizure and goes give you crap stuff.
Just changes what's in it.
The one thing that could actually work, thinking about it, is whatever's in the crate, it will just count down, and then when the timer reaches 0, whatever hasn't examined itself or shown itself to you is all you can take.
Yeah.
So let's just say the whole box is full and there's 15 squares, but only 7 squares present themselves. That's all you can take.
Yeah.
The other ones are stuck there for someone with better karma.
So scav karma, fine. But like I said, PMC karma, that's just going to be such a bad thing, in my opinion. If it ever got added into the game, I don't think it would. Unless you got VoIP, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you were bear. No. Then what? Okay, I'm going to shoot now. Please don't.
Yeah, because
I've got a graphics card.
if
But you said you wasn't a bear. I need to kill
I
bears.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I need PMC kills.
But yeah, like if they was gonna add it in, they would have to do it after VoIP because, like I've mentioned, been playing for a year and I still don't even know what a bear and a USEC looks different. Like
Yeah.
From a
obviously,
distance.
yeah,
I mean,
from a distance, like
all the
it's
clothes are
hard.
all the clothes are just different shades of grey or green.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way they could really fix it. I just thought about it now. Like, if you was to go in as a naked bear in a naked USEC, standard gear, sorry, standard clothing, you'd know. I think bears normally darker, and the USECs are like side.
Yeah,
If you was to both wear an AVS rig and a Burkett backpack, one of them would need to just adjust the shade of green. One would need to be like dark, and one would need to be like lighter.
I mean, that's what I said.
Again, that's more coding and more shit, and then more Tarkov.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said to Cyborg a while ago. Was if they wanted to do something like that, maybe you have bear-specific gear, bear-specific vests and armor and backpacks and helmets and stuff.
I was saying
Bear
so.
traders
The trooper, where
yeah.
it actually says USEC on it, only
Yeah.
USECs can use the trooper.
Yeah.
Or
But what
Gen
is a
4s
level
could only
4
be used
alternative to
by-
the trooper?
Well, I don't know, but that was just an example of
yeah,
what
obviously
they could do.
Unless they just change the name, it just says bear. I mean,
Colors,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
You know,
No, that's actually a good point. So if a bear PMC buys a trooper, it changes the USEC writing to bear on it,
well,
and
you're
then
not going to
obviously-
read that under a vest, are you?
Well, no, but that's one way they could think of it.
Yeah.
you just
Unless
examine
they
the
go
body and you'd be
with-
like, sorry, mate,
Yeah.
I've not made a mistake. I couldn't read that from back over there.
Obviously, this isn't a good point, but I might as well say it. Or because bears and USECs are meant to start with a better skill using either M4 or AK. Obviously, AK for bear, M4 for
I want
USEC.
that.
Only
Thank you.
USECs can use M4s, and only bears can use, say, AK-74s. So
And-
anyone could use the AK-105, 104, 103, whatever. But if you see someone with an M4, you know they're a USEC.
Yeah.
If you see someone with a AK-74M or N or whatever, you know it's a bear.
What happens if you pick up someone's M4?
Jams.
Then overheats
you
and
just sell it.
You can,
Yeah, you just sell it maybe. But
you can't just sell it. Like, we can't finish that topic there. I mean, that doesn't make sense. If you pick up an M4 from someone that you're not allowed to use M4, you just forget how to fucking shoot a gun.
No, I wouldn't say they're not allowed to use them, but what I would say is a USEC is more proficient.
Yeah.
Like they can control the recoil a bit better, and maybe they're a bit faster at reloading.
Then I pose the question again: like someone's killed a USEC, and as a bear they killed a USEC, and they've got the M4.
Yeah.
How do you know now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why I said it wasn't a good point, but
no, but we can theory craft here. I mean, come on, this is
yeah.
That's the chance you take.
That's So
I mean, like I said, that's why the karma system is just going to be a bad idea.
Yeah, it will.
And everyone's going to have bad karma, and everyone's going to have more weapon jams and whatever they want to do with it.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think weapon jamming should happen until, say, 70% of that durability on that weapon. I've never had 70% of durability left on a weapon, but if they sort of tweaked it, so say 10 raids is 10 durability off a weapon, you might not survive those 10 raids, but if that weapon gets used 10 times by other PMCs, that weapon would then start jamming or overheating and
see, that's
stuff
where
like that.
this is where gamerisms come in.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, guns aren't meant to jam
No,
for
I
for thousands of rounds.
yeah, I don't think they should.
So
I don't. But if Nikita does want to implement it, these are my thoughts on it. That at about 30 raids of a
Yeah.
weapon, and then it starts jamming, which to me that sounds a bit quite reasonable. 30 raids is a lot of raids.
30
Like,
raids
just
is like
one.
30 raids is like a week for some people.
Yeah,
how
for
many?
with one weapon though. That's what I'm saying.
You landmark and you got 2 hours down the road and you got your guns on
I
zero
was gonna
durability
say,
and your guns just
the
falling
amount
apart.
the amount of people that are gonna be able to keep the same gear for 30 raids is minimal.
Yeah,
That's
which is why
barely
I
ever
said
gonna
it.
happen.
Yeah, which is why I said it. That's one way I could think of him being able to, well, them as in the devs, being able to implement weapon jamming and overheating, is if they sort of tweak the durability of the weapons so that it does go down faster. Because hand on heart, mate, the lowest I've had a weapon like durability down to is 98. And I probably used that weapon 5 times, if that. And I bought off the flea market, so it was already used by someone else.
So what I would suggest mate, let's just use us three as like I don't know, the playground, people in the playground. I come across Ant. Ant sees me, I see him. Shoot each other, we exchange. He kills me, I die, obviously, and Ant survives. He comes over to my gear because he shot at me. Potential a round or two's maybe hit the rifle. Durability's gone down by like half.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I was just
They
thinking that
could, yeah.
if they made the weapon a solid part of the, like, actually give the weapons hitboxes, then yeah.
Yeah, and it hasn't got to be intricate. It's like, oh, you hit the stock, now he can't use, like, his recoil goes down. Oh, you shot the foregrip, now his recoil goes down. That's not what I'm trying to get at all.
Yeah, they could just make durability down.
If I hit one pixel of this guy's muzzle or one pixel of this guy's stock, the same amount, depending on the ammo type, will deplete the weapon.
The entire thing.
As well as, like, I would say 200 rounds takes away 5 durability. Like, just so that, the mechanic actually worth something to everyone.
No, I agree with that. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Rather than 30 raids, like, Sai, who the fucking hell do you know that's done 30 raids without dying? Don't say Landmark
but
is
that's
cheating.
why. No, even
Landmark,
he don't.
just the answer. Landmark.
This is what I'm saying though. Not even he has survived 30 raids in a row. I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't exactly look at his stats.
You've seen the videos though. The weapon jamming is already in the game.
Oh
yeah, we've had it happen to us.
But you need to go into a game of like 400 backup rounds and like 3 or 4 magazines and just keep downrange, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, it stopped.
Yeah, me and Ant sort of had weapon jamming. It could just be a bug in the game. Well,
when I've had it, it's just been bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there is a full auto bug. I don't know whether that's been hit yet, but I mean, sometimes you're switching between full auto, semi burst, and you click and the gun does nothing.
Yeah, it don't shoot. But now this is why I say I don't think they should add that into the game until they fully thought about how they want to implement it. Because
I just broke my fucking beard comb.
Oh no!
Fuck's sake! Look, what done to it? Look. Snapped a peg off. I'm gonna fucking cut myself.
But yeah, fucking.
Sorry.
Like when that happens, it's really annoying. So if they implemented it, like the actual gun jamming, if they implemented it wrong, so say you shoot a full 95 mag out of an RPK, and it jams after that full 95 round mag, that for me, that wouldn't be ideal.
It's not realistic.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not realistic. You need
For one thing, if
I
they want this to be a simulator or as real as they can make it, you're looking at thousands of rounds before a gun jams.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking thousands of rounds, one day to the next. It's continuous. The gun overheats.
As fast
Yeah.
as you can reload and shoot again.
Overheating.
Overheating.
But, like I said, I think that's, back to the karma system and everything like that. I think if they can go too far before the game becomes tedious,
unplayable, and
tedious.
Which is why I've heard
unenjoyable.
Nikita say realism in the game is going to be said as reasonable as playable.
Yeah.
So
I hate it when he says it's not meant to be fun. I don't.
I have fun every raid.
Yeah.
But it is fun.
But when he says it's not designed to be fun, like, that's just a lot. That's a lot of shit.
You want people to play your game. Want people to have fun.
Yeah, why would people want to play something that's stressful, frustrating?
I don't know. Let me just get in contact with the hundreds of thousands of people that bought the game. It is.
But that's what I'm saying. At the minute, the game is fun.
Yeah.
The game is very, very fun. And some of the other things that they're talking about adding, where it's like open world, map to map travel. I think that could be tedious as well. I really do. If they're talking about
in-game
traders, which is a cool idea, but
run to customs for a therapist or something.
Like if you want to go to a therapist to sell some stuff, like, what do you access? I don't know how they're wanting to do it. Whether you access your stash from the trader, or do you have to take everything that you want to sell to the therapist?
I'm sure whatever they're going to do with it, because they have mentioned it, it's just going to be great. I think it'll work out really well in the end. I mean, the game itself was a massive struggle from everyone from the moment they pressed confirm purchase.
Yeah.
If you've overcome from confirm purchase to I've had a full wipe, I mean, you're ready for something different, right?
Yeah.
So I'm ready to. I would love to be able to go from,
map to map.
Like you use the extract at reserve, and you you glide down, and then you're in shoreline.
Yeah. The only thing for me is, like, one raid for me is a good amount of time to put into a game. I like to be able to kind of reset at the end of the raid.
I know exactly what you're saying. You're one of these people that likes the intense and then take a break. Take a break.
But sorry, just one last thing.
Go.
Like, I don't know. Say I don't know. I want to go to interchange. I've got to get through customs, and I end up killing somebody or killing a team or whatever. I'm full of loot. I'm gonna have to get back to my stash and then run it again because, 1, I've got no ammo. 2, I'm full of loot. And 3, I can't go into interchange in that state and try and do a quest and get through a full raid of that.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, how about if I put you in this situation then, and Cyborg, you can help me here because I haven't played DayZ. I've listened to Veritas and Jesse's podcast. They call it Pogcast, and I'm literally addicted to it. Whenever a new one comes out, I'm just like straight on it. And they were saying, like, imagine all of the maps being on one big map with interaction points between the zones, but it's in like a DayZ style format where there's like sort of, I don't know what the number would be. Let's just say 200 players, or no, let's say 100 players. Round it off 100. and then they're scattered around all over the map. They could be, some of them in dorms, some of them could be in the mall, some of them could be on shoreline in the resort. But if you want to go from resort to the mall, you would traverse the map, go through your interaction zone, and then you would continue walking into the mall.
Sorry, what's your interaction zone?
Like, when it goes.
Guessing that would be the stash.
The traders or
No, I
stash?
say interaction zone when in fact I don't know what the interaction is. Like, I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know where you would get your stash from, or where it would be visible, viable option to.
I've had an idea. Sorry.
Let's play DayZ.
No. When you mentioned that Tom Clancy, The Division.
Yes.
When you go into the dead, is it the dead zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
could
you
work.
No,
go-
it's
Yeah.
the dark zone, and
Yeah,
then
the
there's
dark zone.
safe zone.
Yeah. Anyway, you go through when you're entering, there's multiple ways to enter, isn't there? But
Yeah.
when you do, you've got access to your stash, haven't you?
Yeah.
Your effective stash in that game, and the trader, and there's like a couple of traders there where you can buy weapons and ammo.
Yeah.
And you've got access. There's the weapon box, and you've got access to your stash in that. Something like that, maybe in that interaction zone.
Yeah, so that would also cater for you, where you like intense, a little bit of a break, intense.
Yeah.
So you can, let's say you have a successful shoreline and you head to Road to Customs, and then that transaction, that walk between Road to Customs and Customs. I don't actually know, unless you do, then please chime in. If you was to physically walk straight through the Road to Customs door on shoreline, where on Customs would you appear?
Crossroads, I'm pretty sure.
Where from? Sorry.
From
Interchange.
Shoreline Road to Customs.
Shoreline.
I'm pretty sure it's Crossroads.
Do you know where Road to Customs is, or do you want me to quickly go through it?
No, yeah, I know where it is. Oh.
Yeah, I know where it is, yeah.
So you're walking up the road towards it, and let's say the gates open. Where on Customs do you appear?
You would be on admin gate kind of side, because if you're at Big Red, behind Big Red is the interchange. You can see the interchange, and on the map, interchange is north.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, over near the red mark lorry, you can see the mall, can't you?
Yeah.
And so if you turn left again, that's
towards
Streets of Tarkov. No, because you can, if you've got the render distance to max, you can see Streets of Tarkov.
The city, you can see the city. Yeah.
So I was like, what?
No, I'm just thinking, because on the actual map, because I'm looking at now, where I've got Tarkov up. So Shoreline's at the bottom. Reserve is to the left of Shoreline, basically.
Are they not just names?
It is connected to Factory. Factory is connected to Customs, and Customs is connected to Interchange. So if you went from Shoreline up through Road to Customs, it'd take you past Factory into Customs from the left side, which would be admin gate.
And that is why when you're, that's why you've got the military base and railroad to military base.
Yeah.
On the far side of Big Red.
And it's the military base reserve, right?
Yeah, I imagine it is. I imagine it would be. We're looking at the map.
Yeah.
So you feel these maps was to put, so you're using what I've just mentioned there as like a thing that would be my ideal situation for.
That actually sounds pretty decent.
That would be my Tarkov end game here. I mean, I don't know what escaping would be. I don't even want to try and imagine what escaping would actually happen. Or would that be your prestige? Would you start again with
I would hope that. So how can I put it? The maps we have now, let's say, right? So we have Shoreline, Factory, Woods, Reserve, Customs, Interchange, Labs. Yeah. Say, like you were saying before about Jesse and Veritas. Say all of them are just one map. Let's forget about streets and lighthouse and all that shit. What hasn't been added
yet. It's all one map.
Yeah. So, because obviously how it's fucking made is a bit wonky donkey. So let's turn it on its side a little bit. So on the right hand, interchange, left hand, reserve, bottom, shoreline, top,
Yeah.
labs. Yeah?
Yeah.
All of that is in a wall. So a wall goes around all of the maps. They are in sort of a circle. Obviously, it don't have to be a perfect circle. And then between, like you were saying, between each map, so road to customs, there would be about 200 meters of people what can just run around, can't be killed, can't be shot, can't shoot, can't aim or anything like that. You can just go up to crates, go into your stash, go up to in-game traders. So
Safe
say
zones. Yeah.
therapist, mechanic, skier, whoever it may be you need to talk to or whatever. You can run up to them. They are actually a modeled character.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the one
Talk
at
to
that.
them, interact with them. That, like, say you buy something, that goes into your bag in that little zone. You run over to this crate, it comes up with your stash. You're able to drag the things from your bag into your stash and do whatever you want. And then once you want to leave, you can choose then, because where it's a big
Which
circle.
Yeah. Which direction you want to go?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is, so the safe zone is pretty much in the middle of all the maps, and then you can choose to go down to shoreline, right to customs, sort of
So
diagonal to interchange, up to woods, or diagonally up to labs,
I think it'd be
left to
more interesting
reserve.
if you was to have like, let's just put rings around all the maps, and let's say the interaction zone between, let's just use streets and suburbs, yeah, because they're at the top.
Yeah.
In between streets and suburbs is peacekeeper. In between suburbs and interchange is this person. It's not just you,
No,
yeah, because it would give you
and
like, you're like, fuck, I really need to get to this person,
yeah, no,
and then
I get
see.
that, but I think
Wait.
that would kind of change the game way too much.
Wait. Because that's one of the worries that I've had is when
Yeah,
Nikita's mentioned about having
in-game traders.
location specific traders. So like Ragman will be interchange and Peacekeeper might be, I don't know, reserve or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like if you're say you've got a stash full of crap and you need to try and get it sold, it's going to be an absolute ball ache because you're going to have to load up with a kit to get to where you want to go. And then I don't know, even if you can access your stash, when you get there, it's like it's just like I said, the ball ache of when you get out of a raid now, you spend about 10-15 minutes selling all the crap that you've got before you can go back
yeah.
in. Now you get out of a raid with a load of stuff.
And you
You've got to
still have
think,
to
oh
go back
shit,
into a
I'm gonna
raid
have
to
to,
be able to get to
yeah,
the person. You need to, yeah.
yeah, like, oh crap, I've done a shoreline raid, right? I'm gonna have to go through factory, through customs, through interchange to get to Ragman.
Yeah, yeah.
But that would be cool. I think that would be cool. I mean, you could just put your stuff in the stash and then choose a time, place, and date. It's right. This is my mission today. I need to go
You
to
can do
therapist.
that.
She is here. My primary goal is just to get here. You go under gear.
No,
You
no.
like set yourself up to like level 3, level 4 gear. Put your item in your fucking gamma or whatever it is, and then just sort of like sneak your way over there.
Yeah, no. If you can do that, where through like in between each map, there's a section where you can put the stuff into your stash, so that if you do die,
Yeah.
you don't lose any of that.
That's what I was
would be a
trying to get
cool
at.
idea.
Like, I didn't say it obviously clearly, but I mean, like every interaction zone. That's what I'm going to keep calling them because that's all I can say. And my head just comes out.
Yeah.
Each interaction zone has has a different stash.
Yeah.
So
like you're able
you
to
put one in that
go into
stash.
stash in each one. Yeah, yeah.
No, but they're like independent. So you'll have one stash over here, and it may have like, let's say it's got bolts in here, and then you go, oh, this interaction zone down here in X location, I put this item. I need to go to that. They need to go there and get that item. Fucking bugs in my room. Piss off.
That's what you get for living in the country.
That would.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
that would just be so much hassle for me.
Yeah.
I just, that's what I was saying. I couldn't be asked.
If I killed
Like,
someone, I wouldn't take their stuff because I couldn't be bothered to, say, put stuff into a certain stash by interchange, and then when I need it, say I'm over by reserve, I would have to run all the way up to grab it, to then maybe have to take it down to shoreline, which would then I would have to go through customs, through factory to shoreline.
yeah,
But each of those have interaction zones. Okay, so if the interaction zones had the same stash, that would take away some of the realism, a lot of the realism for that stash management. But it would be way more. What's the word I'm looking for? Convenient.
Yeah. I would enjoy that if every single interaction zone had exactly like your stash like we do now. I would enjoy that. But
And
if
would
it
you
was
still be happy
different-
with the fact that each interaction zone has only one trader and they don't move?
Yeah, because I knows I won't be losing the stuff I have to take to that interaction zone because I've had to go for a raid to get there. You know what I mean?
So you need to make all your way to therapist in X location and you're in the opposite location.
Yeah.
You'd have to safely traverse there.
Yeah, if I knows if I run through and I die, I'm only losing the stuff what I've got on me. I'm not losing what I need there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. That would be, and I heard Veritas and Jesse talk similarly about that, and I wanted to bring it to you two because when I sat there, I was just like, if that comes to fruition, oh my god, I've already spent 1,500 or something hours on this game. God knows how many more I'm gonna be putting into it. That would be the game to end all games. There would be single player games like Cyberpunk and stuff that I would like to put my little toes into, but at the end of the day, Tarkov is where it ends.
Yeah, I mean that does sound amazing. I mean, the kind of, like I said, it can only be a game. It can only be so realistic before it becomes before you just don't even want to play it. Like,
oh yeah, of course, it would be playable, but there would be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, if you had to try and traverse through 2 maps with 60 to 70 kilos of loot.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
You've got a fucking mule in each fucking limb.
Exactly.
Well, not even that. Let me put this into this perspective. You have your 3 lead X's and your 3 ophthalmoscopes for your thick items case, yet you have to take them to therapists in X location. You're on the other side of the map. What would you do if you died?
And they have to be found.
You would be pissed.
Yeah, you wouldn't bother. You just stop.
Okay, everything we've just said, would you then remove the pouch?
No.
Because then that's where the lead X can go then.
No, because it has to be like something has to be found in raid. What is?
But there would be nothing that wasn't already found in raid. So you could put stuff on the flea market, but if you died, it would be someone else's, wouldn't it? And it would still be found in raid. There wouldn't be.
Oh, that right, yeah. No, I'd still keep the pouch.
Keep the pouch.
I would say. I would.
Your body. Let's say you'd get killed.
Only stuff you've brought into the raid, not found in raid, if you know what I mean. So like meds and stuff, obviously not lead X's or pharmacoscopes or defibs, but say I don't know IFAKs and Salebas and stuff like that. Yeah, allow it to go in your pouch. Ammo, depending on. Depending on what type of ammo, maybe not. But stuff like your sick case. Yeah, obviously, otherwise there's no point in a sick case. It's hard, isn't it? Because you use your pouch for so much, beginning, middle, and end of the wipe.
Yeah,
it's a constant thing.
Yeah, so it's hard to put a balance on it where everyone is happy. Because someone could be like, well, I wanted to bring my lead X, like take my lead X out without someone killing me and getting it for themselves. Where I think it should be a thing where if someone killed you with you having a lead X, that's your fault. You should have been more careful. You should have been checking corners and scoping out 100 meters in front of you by a tree, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously,
Either that, or you just got
certain...
outpositioned at the time and you died because
Yeah.
you wasn't as good as the player that outpositioned you.
Yeah, I think if you're in a raid and you find something, no, you shouldn't be able to put in your gamma or beta or epsilon or kappa. But
right, but if you
if
bring
you're
it in with you,
taking
you can stick it in your...
if you're taking it from your stash in you put it into your pouch, you're allowed to bring it in, if you know what I mean.
So you're saying as soon as you get into a live gunfire zone, the pouch is locked, and you can't you can't do anything but use
what's in it.
Yeah.
So you can take, say you've got M855A1, you can take it out and you can put it back in because it was ready in when you went into the raid.
Yeah, but only to the quantity that you started it with.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
no,
like
those specific bullets. So it, like, I don't know how they would do it, but it would put a lock on those specific bullets where you allowed them in your gamma. Yeah, if you found M855A1 in raid, you're not allowed to put them in your gamma. You see
I don't
what
think
I mean?
it'd be a big deal if you started with 60 55A1 rounds and you used all 60 and found 60. I don't see the problem in it going back there. That's what was there to begin with. I wouldn't say necessarily lock to only what you've just had. I mean, you can replace what was there with something absolutely identical.
But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. If you find anything else, whether it's on somebody else or in a box or found in raid, then you can't stick
it has to stay on your person and not up your bum.
Oh, an absolute pain in the ass.
It will, but imagine the amount of people what would have their day made by finding a lead X on someone on shoreline or
And
a rare key card.
Imagine the value of those items on the flea. They would be
that's why
I found the lead X in raid. Right? I didn't die. I'm charging 3 mil for this because this is a fucking valuable fucking item.
Well, so you've got to think. Hang on, sorry, Ant. You've got to think. It only costs 3 lead X's to get a thick items case, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
A thick items case goes for 15 mil. Why are lead X's only 1.6? That makes no sense to me.
It's because there's so many of them.
10, isn't it? Isn't it something like 10 for the trade?
For the trade, but for the quest, all you need is 3 lead X's and 3 ophthalmo scopes.
Have you seen the price of thick items cases now?
Like they're like 18. Yeah, 18 mil. Yeah, that's what I mean. But why are lead X's 1.3 mil on the flea? Yeah, there's loads more of them, but I don't know if you can like understand my thought process here. Like there's loads more of lead X's on the flea market, but the grind it takes for someone to get to the quest to be able to unlock, to get the thick items case is a lot longer than going into 1 or 2 shorelines raids with the right keys, getting lucky and finding it. You know what I mean?
So you think the value to for that trade should go up?
The value of certain items should go up.
But the items are going to be determined by the people in the game, aren't they? So
yeah, I know that, the economy. Like, but you know how if certain things are too high, you get a fee now. Like the fee goes up.
Yeah. To the point where if you go too high, the fee's like the same price as the item, if not more.
Yeah. So I think for certain items like lead X's, you would have to meet where BSG wants it to be. So for those high value items, it isn't player based economy. It is BSG saying, look, is either go and hit at this price sort of, or you can put it up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't want BSG to put a price on the economy. I want us to be smart
I don't want to, but I think it's kind of needed because
if they have to intervene, then there's obviously something gone wrong with the players. Figured out a loophole here or done something there that's caused this problem.
Yeah. Well, for instance, M855A1 and M995. M855A1 is the same price as M995 on the flea market.
Simply because it is.
It's less demand. More demand, less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supply.
So, yeah, that's it.
Supply
Mine went
demand
blank for
is
some reason.
just because you can't spell supply.
SUPPLY.
Soup. 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 LIE. Supply.
But yeah, like, I think I don't want to go.
Yeah, this rabbit
too
hole is
much
very fucking deep, man. And we
Yeah.
are 2 hours and 10 minutes in. We need to think about it.
Well, we'll finish it here. Basically, I just think things you find in raid shouldn't be able to be put up in your ass unless you've had that thing in your gamma from the your pouch from the beginning of the raid.
Yeah. Anything found in raid cannot go into the items case. That would
basically
that would stop hatchet runners as well, maybe.
Yeah, basically, unless you had that thing in your pouch when you loaded into the raid. So
yeah, of course,
if you went in with a red keycard and you found one in raid, fair enough. Chuck the red keycard on the floor in a bush somewhere, as long as it's insured, and then put that one into your gamma. But that would mean you have to have, like, how much are you going for now? 70 mil. You would need to have 70 mil to splash on a red keycard to then maybe find it in 100 raids.
Yeah, I would just say, if it's got the tick, it doesn't go in.
Yeah, but then that goes back to what Mike said about, like, if I had M855A1's a 60 stack in my pouch and I used it but I found more, that should be able to go in because it's the same quantity and same item. See what I mean?
But when you extract, it loses value.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless you keep it in your pocket.
Yeah.
We're going to overcomplicate this, and I mean,
I was going to say, but coming back out of this rabbit hole.
yeah, we're
like
pretty deep. We need a ladder to get out.
There are things they can do to this game that they that they've spoken about, which could, for me, and I'm sure many of the other potential players and even casual gamers, maybe it might make it just too tedious for them to even be asked playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's.
But how good would they feel if they killed someone with one of those items in their bag? For me personally, I think that would make them feel like, oh my god, fuck, like Mike was saying earlier, whenever he gets into a fight and he's looting someone, hands are shaking, adrenaline's going, like
shit myself, everything.
Yeah, like, oh my god, like making basically what they want the game to be. Like
just turns you into a nervous wreck.
Rush. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get killed by an extract or even an infill camper if it's open world like that. Someone just sitting near crossroads or
that's a rabbit hole for a different time. Let's rewind.
That's a rabbit hole. I could go on for about an hour about that sort of stuff.
Oh no, I wasn't going to. I'm just kind of.
That's for podcast number 2.
That's my closing comments.
It's been beautiful, boy.
It's alright.